Years ago, I knew a guy who knew a guy who was a car thief. The most bizarre thing about the car thief, my friend said, was that whenever a car passed by that he liked, he would say, "There goes my Lexus," or "There goes my Porsche." It was as if the owner of the car didn't exist, as though the one who bought and paid for the car had no rights. In 2 Corinthians 10:12, the Apostle Paul says we, speaking of himself and other Christ-minded believers, we don't have the audacity to compare ourselves with those who think they are all that. Comparing yourself or measuring yourself by other people reveals foolishness. Some biblical scholars interpret foolishness to mean godlessness. Jesus describes Satan as a thief, and that goes back to his character as the original supremacist. The nerve, the audacity to compare himself to all of God's creation only to decide he was the best. Lucifer had the nerve to think his beauty, his surface appearance, was so magnificent that he deserved equality with God. As though the Father had no rights, Lucifer decided God's creation should worship him. But while those thoughts were still in his sick head, God responded by lighting the fire of hell inside of Lucifer. So now that beautiful, glorified body that he was so proud of, well, it went up in flames. It no longer exists. It's just a pile of ashes now. And in appearance, Satan is known as a hideous beast, a dragon, a serpent, one who is inescapably headed toward the lake of fire. The nerve of people who think they are all that. The audacity of those who compare themselves to the rest of humanity, only to conclude they are superior. Scripture tells us they are behaving like fools, like that thief, the original supremacist. Racism is rooted in nothing more than an intoxicating love of one's own flesh, flesh that is inescapably headed to a grave. Only God has the right to judge his human creation. Only God has the power to destroy both the human body and the human soul in hell. Jesus said those who are blessed enough to go to heaven will be like the angels. They will be gifted with a beautiful, glorified body. Don't think you can live like the devil and still go to heaven. Heaven is populated by the forgiven who change their minds about evil and repented of their sins. But in the book of Revelations, we learn that those who are following Satan are following him into the lake of fire. Indeed, the human body that the racist is so proud of is heading toward a time when it will no longer exist, a time when it will be reduced to a pile of ashes.